This year, culminating in 3 years, is our historical mural program. In that program, we have a community mural that is going to consist of 15 additional murals inside the larger mural. This is the background of that mural. It is a feeling of the city that we love. It's beautiful lake, it's 7 hills, our nature, our cream city brick, and our beautiful sunrises and sunsets. How those individual pages will fit is we use a product called Polytab. These individual pieces will be painted on what these artists are doing here, and then that piece will get adhered to the main wall. It is called Pages of Port Washington. Its idea is simple. There are children under a tree reading a book. A September breeze comes along and starts blowing those pages out of the book, and those pages then get scattered all over this mural as the pages of Port Washington. 4 of these murals are being designed and then painted by our community. One that we're doing here is with our seniors in the Port Washington area. Our artist Colin helped me design this page called Then and Now. It is going to be an image, a painting of Port Washington in the 1900s, early 1900s, and then on the right side, Port Washington today.
I worked with Wendy to design the then versus now idea. So she had contacted me that she was creating a mural on the side of Chocolate Chisel, and that this was the 3rd year of the Paint on Port of Port Washington. So I had seen these murals pop up over the past 2 years, and I actually was trying to help and be involved in community art. So I went to school at Peck School of the Arts in Milwaukee, and I have a Bachelor's of Art in Studio Art. So I've been trying to use that degree and use it within a sense, or use it in a sense of community.
So this is it's our 5th time with a senior paint. This is our 4th and final here at the Port Washington Senior Center. And these ladies today are working on some detailing of the page called Then and Now, so that there's a little bit of a feeling about the past meeting the present. And down in this area here, we'll be painting 2 people, one from the past and one from the present, who will be shaking hands as if we're shaking hands with the past. This year is about history, and we want people to understand that we're all here, and we're all here together, and we're here on the backs of other people, and we're gonna move forward on the same people who are here today. And that is the piece of this page that, to me, is the most important.
Why we have a solid thing and then we add.
I think you guys are doing a great job. It looks great. You can have it to the kids, yeah.
I have it so far.
Right. I'd like to know.
I don't know, maybe this is a different color. That isn't got enough color. I don't know. That's the top of a roof and that's the top of a roof.
Not that it's great, but great, and you probably understand what I mean, and knowing that other people were feeling the same thing and who've been doing it for years.
So this started at Harbor Campus, and the thing that I love the most is that the oldest person that is painted on this mural is Evelyn at 103 years old. And she painted those bricks over there. And then Jerry, who was 98, came in and painted bricks. And it just makes my heart happy that they've been able to come in and create and set color, and it's a true collaboration with our seniors.
So this is going to be part of the community mural, and this is West Slip, circa 1983. And we started working on this mural that Sherry Kulchin designed in Port Washington High School in the spring with some of the art kids. They signed up for a resource and they came in and they did the majority of the base coat of this mural. So now we're in Studio 224, the basement of the burner building, and we're putting on the finishing touches so that this can be installed on the chocolate chisel building. And we're just working on some detail things. We've got a little bit of the boats here. We've got some of the iconic landmarks, some of the iconic boats from back in the day. We've got some people fishing and kind of walking around the downtown area. We obviously have the lighthouse, we've got a sailboat, we've got the coal dock here, and we've got a lot of the fishing area going on.
So a call for artists went out, and then what we ended up doing is the artists chose images based on 4 different themes. We put together pieces from memory. So this circa 1983 piece is my parents' boats. My husband was working at Smith Brothers at the time, and I put together this piece from memory and then gathered a whole bunch of photos from my parents and from the Historical Society. So those were my resources, and then I submitted this piece. And then when Madison came in, Madison chose the churches of Port Washington, and she ended up collaging together all of the churches, used the actual resources of photos of the churches for her piece.
I am doing a piece with the churches in Port Washington, and it's actually right on there, Port Washington, a city of churches, and I'm doing pretty much our iconic and well-known churches in our city and capturing each one of them.
So I'm doing detail work, hopefully the final layer on this part of the mural. I'm going by this picture here.
I'm taping off the map of Port Washington, and in these spaces we're going to whitewash over the top so that we can write the 7 hills, because this is called the City of 7 Hills, and each hill is represented in the City of 7 Hills map.
I'm helping her making this piece about the history of the breakwater lighthouse. So it has this icon of the city has been gone through so many changes from early in the century and past century. So I kind of like to want to resemblance this evolution, changing the color of the sky, changing the style of the painting, kind of like making like a collage of rib pages from the beginning when it was just like made with wood, then it became metal, and we have some seasons when it's a rusty lighthouse. The top of the lighthouse changed too, and now with more modern days, how it's looking. And also I'm adding a little piece of our logo, kind of like just mention it, and like mentioning all the work that not only the committee has done, but also all the volunteers and community pieces from all around town. So these pieces of the community mural is about recreation and entertainment in Port Washington. So John, which is a participant from Prime Horizon, he actually helped in the community mural 2 years ago. So he has been helping me putting together all the pieces, designing and sketching and painting this piece. And it's just a resemblance of all the elements that get families together in town, like some sports, the city band on the band shell, the beer garden, bird watching, some reference from our most popular parks here in town.
So this part of our mural project is pertaining to our ancestors' tree. We painted a background for the pages of Port Washington that is big water, big land, big sky, big tree. and it is a watercolor background, and to transition to more realistic looking leaves, we decided to use the polytab. All of the leaves that you see have been hand drawn and hand cut and then hand painted individually. They will then be applied to the mural, and the bigger maple leaves like this and the bigger oak leaves like this, we built in a fundraiser where you could leaf a legacy. Meaning if you were born here or planted roots here, you could buy a leaf, put your name on it, and then that is going to become part of the tree, those leaves blowing on the wind. The ancestors tree, to me, is where this whole mural started, in trying to establish roots. If you've planted roots, if your roots were just here, inside of that ancestors tree will be the image and the spirits of the early settlers, Worcester Harrison, and some of the other squatters that helped found Port Washington.
What I did was I came up with the concept and then I brought it up to the committee, and they approved this idea of a photo album page of different women in history. So this is 1860, the first woman lightkeeper, and this is 1899, where the Women's Club started the first library in Port Washington, Wisconsin. In 1932, two things happened simultaneously in Ozaukee County. The Women's Club started the Garden Club in order to teach gardening lessons to Port Washington, and also to grow flowers and beautify the city. And they also started the Ozaukee County 4-H. So these women, even though they weren't able to vote yet, they gathered together in groups because they knew they were intelligent and smart and had things to add to the world. And they did. I think it's exciting to know that the Women's Club started the first library. Now I'm focusing on trying to bring them to life with paints and learning painting in the process. It was a really amazing process to be part of, to see how a group can accomplish really big things together that would be really hard for just one person.